I am here with Ring of Honor's Flip Gordon, who you can see as we film this Friday. Ring of Honor Best in the World 2018 on Ring of Honor Honor Club. You're facing Bully Ray, Flip. Is this a position you expected yourself to be in, facing a guy who just went into the WWE Hall of Fame, actually, say maybe a year or two ago?
No, I never thought I'd ever be in this predicament at all. I never thought I'd ever share the ring with Bully Ray, WWE Hall of Famer. So it's going to be interesting, but I'm ready.
So Ring of Honor's Honor Club has kind of expanded not kind of, definitely has expanded at least the visual growth of Ring of Honor. Now, almost everything you do is on TV, is on film. How does that change, or does that change the way that you approach any type of matches?
Oh, absolutely, because we can go back and we can watch our opponents who we're going to be in the ring with. We can go back and watch our matches the same night and see what we did wrong, see what we could have did better. And it really helps you grow as a performer when you have that access to your matches.
You're also,
and then for the fans,
go ahead.
They also have that access. They're able to see you so much more than when they used to, because before they used to just be house shows. You wouldn't really see it unless you bought the DVD. Now you get to see it, and it's live. You get to watch it.
So just a month ago, really, well, this month actually, you finished up your Best of the Super Juniors run with New Japan. What was that experience like?
It was amazing. It was a huge opportunity for me, especially being this. I've only been in 3 years, I've been doing this 3 years, so it was amazing. I had a blast. So
physically, how did you hold up throughout that process? Because I know that a lot of those tournament aspects or those tournament situations for New Japan can be grueling.
It was tough, but it wasn't my first tour, so I kind of knew what to expect. I had gone to CMLL down in Mexico, and I was down there for 3 weeks, and it was the same thing. You're wrestling 5 days a week. And so I knew what I was in for, and it was a blast. I came back in better shape than I went over there, so I mean, that did something right. And I came back better. I feel better. I felt like I learned so much while I was over there, and I was only over there for 3 weeks. So
you're obviously a part of the wildly successful Being the Elite series. How has that changed your visibility, your exposure, all of that? How has that affected you?
Oh, it's affected me greatly, because it's given me an opportunity to show a different side of Flip Gordon. It's given me a character. It's given me storyline. And then it's given me the outreach that the Being the Elite has. They have over 200,000 subscribers and growing. And so I feel like more people see me on Being the Elite than on wrestling sometimes. So I've had people come up to me at shows and be like, hey, I've never seen you wrestle, but I know about you because of Being the Elite. So it's really cool how much exposure I've gotten because of being a part of it.
When that show is being filmed, are there ever times when maybe something's pitched to you and you're like, man, is this going to enter like Ring of Honor canon? Like, will this be a part of a storyline moving forward? Because that happens all the time. Like, things that seemingly start out as little jokes on this show become full-blown storylines throughout the worlds of New Japan and Ring of Honor.
Sometimes, but I just have fun. They give me ideas. They're like, here, this is what you're doing, or this is what we have an idea of, and I'm just like, yeah, man, that sounds awesome. And they're very creative. I'm not that creative of a person, but I'm really good at. When somebody gives me an idea, I can run with it.
Well, there's definitely plenty of ideas on that one. The most recent, Marty and Flip Take Japan. So while you're over there doing Best of the Super Juniors, you're filming that. Is the song stuck in your head?
Oh, absolutely. I think the song's stuck in everybody's head.
Who was the voice behind that? The official voice of Marty and Flip Take Japan. Could we see eventually, like, people have their WrestleMania moments and the band plays them out. We've seen, like, Living Color play out CM Punk. I could see a situation where you two team up and that song is performed live in Japan.
That would be amazing. I don't know exactly who did it, but I think it was Nick.
Yeah. He's got
But
those musical genes, his dad.
Yeah, his dad is an amazing performer, an amazing musician.
Obviously, you're also heavily connected, well, somewhat disconnected to All In. What kind of a battle has that been as you try to get booked on All In September?
It's been very stressful because I just want to be a part of All In, the biggest show in indie history. It's the biggest show of the year. And right now I am not all in. And I've had multiple chances. The most recent was at WrestlePro. It's supposed to be me and Brandy versus MJF and Madison Rain for Cody's golden tickets to All In. Brandy got injured, so she found me a replacement of Bernard the Business Bear, which I don't even think a bear is allowed to compete in a wrestling ring, so therefore I was pretty much in a handicap match.
Bob Holly wrestled a bear once.
And then, I know, and then Brandy low-blowed MJF right in front of the ref and got me disqualified, so...
Let's play a bit of a game.
It's really tough times right now, man.
Let's play a bit of a game. We're going to call it booked or not booked. And if you were the promoter of All In, you'll tell me if you would book these people or not book these people.
All right, let's play.
We'll start off with sometimes buddy, sometimes foe, Marty Scurll.
Oh, he's booked.
How about Brandy after how everything unfolded recently?
Despite everything that's happened, she's still my bestie, and she's still booked.
Last year when I interviewed you, I talked about how Gilbert no-showed Joey Janela's spring break. You suggested that maybe he put the invisibility cloak on and performed as the Invisible Man. Would you book the Invisible Man?
Not booked. No room.
No room. Dennis Stamp.
I just can't bring it to myself to pay for somebody that I can't see.
So you wouldn't pay for John Cena?
On the budget. That's a different story. You
There we
can see
go.
him only on TV.
Dennis Stamp. Are you familiar with that name?
Who?
Dennis Stamp.
I am not.
Have you ever watched Beyond the Mat?
A long time ago.
He was the guy that Terry Funk tried to get to come to his show, and he just said, I'm not booked.
I'm not booked.
He literally paved the way for you to not be booked. He's a trailblazer.
I was actually quoting that while we were in Japan to Marty. I was saying, I'm not booked, Marty.
Would you show up at All In to referee Terry Funk's retirement match the way that Dennis Stamp refereed Terry Funk's retirement match on that show?
I'm not booked.
That's a good point.
Not booked.
We'll hit you with a couple more. PCO, Pierre Carl Ouellette.
Not booked.
Not booked. We'll finish it off. One Matthew Riddle, indie superstar.
Definitely booked. I actually wrestled Matthew Riddle in my home state of Montana in front of my family.
What was that experience like?
That's why he's booked.
So there was actually a story that Cody told that has entered stuff of legend about how maybe somebody backstage at a Ring of Honor Pittsburgh show was a little disrespectful to Christopher Daniels, and Flip Gordon had to handle it. What's your side of that experience? How did that all play out for you?
I'm pleading the fifth on this one.
Well, he said that
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Are you not allowed to talk about it just out of locker room etiquette, or you don't want to bring up that you ruined Cody's Chipotle and further get
It
yourself
wasn't me that
unhooked?
stepped on Cody's Chipotle.
It was the
but
other
I'm
guy?
not allowed to talk. Yeah, the other guy did it, but we're not allowed to talk about it anymore.
So Cody mentioned that you've got like some legit background. What kind of training have you done? Is it basically stuff through the military, or have you went out of your way to do additional MMA, amateur wrestling, anything like that?
I did combatives in the military. I have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background. I did MMA for a while, and then I transitioned to professional wrestling, which is what I always wanted to do. But in Montana, they didn't have professional wrestling at the time, so I had to do what I could get. You know what I mean?
So outside of your match against Bully Ray, what are you most looking forward to on this weekend's Best in the World show?
Returning to Baltimore. Baltimore is where I had my first ever Ring of Honor match. And after the match, they chanted, "Please sign Flip," and that was the reason I got signed to Ring of Honor. So it's going to be like a warm welcome back to Baltimore this weekend. So I'm very excited for that.
A nice sentimental connection with Baltimore. Flip, tell the people where they can follow you on social media.
You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram. It's all the same at the Flip Gordon.